to talk with you this week about something that I've been kind of thinking about, and we just got back from our sales summit, and we talked a lot about some great new features and technology and how great the year was this past year at AnnieMac. So what has helped you the most since coming to AnnieMac?
Oh wow. There's so many things that are beneficial and that we've been able to implement and just plug into and utilize. It's probably hard to pinpoint any one thing. So, what I'm gonna say is that I think there are kind of three pieces that have been really instrumental in our success. And coincidentally, these are three pieces that we were looking for as we were deciding where to open the branch. We had identified kind of some absolutes that we were looking for, and started with a fairly large list of companies. I think we started with a list of 28 companies and just started narrowing it down from there. Oddly enough, AnnieMac wasn't even on the initial list. Like, they weren't even on the radar to begin with, and here we are almost 4 years later and just running hard. So there's three main things that we have seen help us be really successful at AnnieMac. The first is just the level of trust and autonomy that they have given to us to be able to come in and have not only processing in our branch but underwriting in our branch, and give us the ability to utilize that and run it and kind of control our own queue and our own destiny in terms of how we run loan files out. That's something that's really important. It's a differentiator for us in the industry, in the marketplace. Not a lot of companies were interested in talking about that, and it leads to some success for us, not only from a supporting our loan officer situation, because we are able to give them a certain amount of swagger as they're out on the street, to know that if they bring something in that maybe is a little iffy or a crazy crunch time, but we can get it done for them, and they don't have to go through 37 layers of bureaucracy to get that yes. That's really powerful. And that in turn helps them build relationships with their realtor partners, right? Like, you want a realtor to love you forever and send you their business, save a deal for them.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a game changer. So I think that's probably the biggest piece. The second piece for us that's been a game changer is just the level of support and intentionality that there is surrounding recruiting and growing and making that really a pillar of our success. There's a lot of places who just frankly don't focus on recruiting, or if they do, they don't do it well. They recruit solely for the company. They don't recruit to support branches or branch managers. Or even as we've seen growth help you recruit from an operational standpoint, right? Like, you can't outrun the ops support. So if you're hiring originators, but you don't have the ability to hire processors and have someone assisting you with that, you get lopsided, and then you start running into a whole different set of problems. So it's really intentional here. It's something that's focused upon, that's taught about, talked about, and I think it's a big differentiator in the industry, in the market, and a reason we've been really successful. If you look at us now versus 4 years ago, when 3 locations with 26 employees compared to 26,
we've grown quite a bit.
130-ish employees. Like, that's just that doesn't happen without that emphasis on recruiting. So, and then the last piece is something that we talk about a fair amount. It's the marketing and the technology. Like, we have more value add that we bring to loan officers than any other company that I've seen. And it's funny because we'll have people start. We just had someone that started with us who's awesome, and she's going through training, and she's going through some of the marketing training, and she called me. She's like, I'm overwhelmed. Like, I don't know what to do first. Like, where do I start? There's so much. And I'm like, all right, stop. Like, you eat an elephant one bite at a time. Let's start.
Right.
Let's pick the first thing and do that first and get it nailed down, and then we'll move to the next thing and the next thing. So there's just a lot of support in terms of marketing and technology that helps us attract top talent, which goes hand in hand with our recruiting. And then when that talent gets here and we have the ops support and plug them into the marketing and technology, it helps them grow their business. which is a huge one. So those three things have been the difference.
That's awesome. All right. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.